Yeah, back in the field with the track stars, Ryan Righteous, Sean Tanner, DJ Jeremiah. Not the same podcast in the building, too.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, let's get into it. All right. Make sure you go check out nectardistro.com, guys. I've been going through the website. Shout out to the homie Shantana. He's added some cool visuals to the website. It looks good. You're going to feel good being a part of the team, being a part of the family. Nectar's definitely going places, and I don't just say that because I'm one of the people that's helping direct it, but I'm just telling you, it's going places. So make sure you go and join the fam today. It's a great opportunity for you to get all your music distributed to over 200 plus digital outlets. $19.95 is all you need for the basics. Let's get started today, fam. Go over to nectardistro.com today. All right.
Okay, so we didn't get a chance to talk about this last week, but this story is ongoing, and I wanted to hear what you guys had to say about it. So, Astroworld Festival in Texas, now the count is up to 9 people dead at this concert. So apparently, earlier in the day, people rushed into VIP. That was one issue, but then during the concert, people were kind of surging towards the front, and over 50,000 people were there, and people fell on top of them, and then other people fell on top of them, and people got crushed, and it was terrible event. And there's been a lot of backlash against Travis Scott and Drake, who were performing, and basically saying like people were screaming and yelling for help. There was a shot I saw of the crowd saying, stop the show. But I want your take on how, you guys are performers. Like, what does it look like from a stage? I don't know if we've ever been in front of 50,000 people, but what does it look like from a stage? You know what I'm saying? Like, can you see all that stuff? But there's several videos of people trying to get the attention of camera people, staff, whatever, and show must go on. And people died, man, and a lot of people got hurt. So the question still remains, is he legally responsible? Is Live Nation legally responsible? Because they put on the concert and they're part ownership in the people who work with Travis. And just what does this say about the work we're doing trying to combat like these mainstream entertainers and what they're doing? I don't want to be like, that's kind of what we're trying to warn y'all against, but that's the feeling I know a lot of Christians had, was like, man, I'll just say this before y'all go. The amount of people that were there, amount of people that were Travis Scott fans, when I saw their reaction of, man, it was demonic, it was this, it was that was surprising to me. His own fans are saying that. What do y'all think about this whole Astroworld thing? Anybody?
All right, I guess I'll go. It was sad, in my opinion. It was sad. I don't think it's fully to blame on Travis Scott. Now, I think they should be aware of what's going on. I've never had the pleasure of rapping in front of 50,000 people. I would imagine the crowd wasn't lit like the stage is lit, so he may not be able to see everything, just to try to give the brother a little help. But Live Nation, absolutely, I think is their fault. Why you got 50,000 people at a concert in COVID times? Number one.
Yeah.
Come on, dog. It don't need to be that much anyway. And then where's the security? Is there enough of security to see that? Because that's their job to handle that. You know what I mean? But then on the spiritual thing, listen, man, if you speak in death all the time, are we shocked? You know what I mean? At the end of the day, if we speak in death all the time, after a while, what you say, like the Bible says, you snared by the words of your mouth. You dig what I'm saying? Eventually that happens. And I know a lot of artists are like, man, it's just music. Music is never just music. There's always a spirit behind it. There's always a spirit behind it. And I think sometimes this is the stuff that show up. But for me, I put more of the onus on Live Nation and the security there, because I feel like they could have got control of that. Or they should have tried to get control of that.
You know what's so funny?
I read.
Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead, Jeremiah. Go ahead.
I was about to say, I saw a video of a person saying, I felt like I was in hell. I was like, wow.
Dang.
It was like I was laying down on the ground, or it looked like it is, and then the fire was shooting and all this other stuff. And he was like, man, that's a scary thing. I know one lawsuit included Drake, but I think everybody's suing Travis Scott. that's kind of hard to do because there's so many over the years that's been happening at concerts of people fainting, people falling out, people getting crushed. So it's not like, I think this is the hype of it because it's a couple reasons. One reason I'll tell y'all offline. I'll tell you offline.
We're not in the field no more, huh?
Yeah, I mean, we are, but I don't want to be like, they're gonna be like,
we just on the grass again? Now.
They're like that again. But I think another thing, one thing is that, you know, of course, the lack of security. I saw something where somebody was a security, was like, yo, I saw what was going on, and I left. And I was like, you left? Like, well, I didn't go. You know what I mean? So it was just like, there's a lot of negligence on everybody's part. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. There's also a video out there, I don't know if people seen it, of Travis Scott in the concert, stopping the concert, saying, hey, somebody's fainting, help them out. Like, hold on. Like, it's like, I don't know if that's part of the same concert or that was somewhere else.
It's the clip. It's the clip where you see him humming while somebody's kind of being crowd surfed out.
Yeah.
But right before that, he said, hey, go help him. I don't know why he started humming afterwards. That was weird. But he did try to stop some of it.
Yeah. And so I think this also is a social media age. I'm sorry, Ryan. I think this is the social media age. So, and the reason I said what I said before about other concerts, because there's been concerts over the years where, regardless of the genre, people have been trampled or whatever. Yeah. And people just like, well, this person died at this concert, and then 2 days later on to the next story. You know what I mean?
Right.
Versus now we're in the social media age, and it's like, oh, now people died at this concert. Somebody need to take responsibility of this, and here it is. And it's on, like I said, it's on these blog sites that's constantly talking about it. It's on CNN. I'm gonna watch CNN like that, but I mean, at my job they have it on, so it's on that every day. They talking about it every day. You know what I'm saying? So it's like trying to put that in your mind, like, yo, somebody got to blame here. So who we gonna give the blame to? So I'm saying all that to say is it's bad that people died from this situation, but at the same time, it's like, this is not new. Like this, I think they're trying to make it look like new. Like they're trying to make it like a pre-Travis Scott concert versus like for like the industry of concerts now. It's like, okay, we had a good pre-Travis Scott Astroworld. Now it's like, now I'm watching stuff online with people who are in concert, like, hey, stop, comedians, singers, like if somebody going in the crowd, stop everything, and they tend to that person. You know what I mean? And this is post Travis Scott. So yeah,
Jeremiah, you gotta address one of the questions in the chat, because one of the questions in the chat from Judon, he said, "Are you saying that this can't happen at a Christian concert?"
I'm not saying it can't. It can happen anywhere. You know what I'm saying? I'm not used to hearing it happen at a Christian concert. I'm used to hearing it happen at rock concerts, rap concerts, pop concerts. You know what I'm saying? I've never heard nobody saying like, you know, I got, you know, they trampling people at the Reach at Unashamed tour. You know what I'm saying? Like I've just never heard that happen. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not saying it doesn't, but I'm sure people probably squish people, but I'm not saying somebody, I've never heard nobody die at no Christian concert.
Well, I don't know if you guys read the same articles I was reading, but I did read an article where they said that Travis Scott does this at a lot of his concerts. He'll ask people to surge the stage. And they also said that before this concert, they warned him not to do that. I heard that Live Nation told him, hey, don't try to push this to a big degree. So if he does get sued, since he is getting sued, I think he's at fault if he ignored a warning that they gave, not for him not to do that particular, call of the surge.
We're not just talking about sued. He might face criminal charges.
I mean, hey, especially if Live Nation really did tell him not to do that and he did it anyway, then there may be some consequences that are very unfavorable for him. But it's sad to say that 9 people lost their lives just going to hear music. You know, you don't think you're going into a place, and it's no less tragic than you going into a grocery store and hearing that, or you hearing that people get shot and killed at a grocery store from a mass shooter. It's the same level of tragedy. It's like, wow, I can't believe I was just going out for this one thing and I saw this happen right before my very eyes, you know? So it's really sad. Definitely condolences to everybody in the family. I'm with Jeremiah. Like, why would you have I'm with C. Michael. Why would you have an event that large during this time of, COVID, when we're trying to social distance and we're trying to keep people, at bay for health reasons. Like, I just don't see why Live Nation would have had 50,000 people show up to a concert like that.
Yeah, I agree with I agree with C, Ryan, and Jeremiah actually, but I did read the articles where they were talking about the police chief told him, hey, this concert's not a good idea. I also read another article where in Vegas they had to shut it down because the same thing happened similar. As far as lives being lost, no, but there were a lot of injuries at previous Travis Scott concerts, and this is something that he does to kind of answer could it happen at a Christian concert? Yes, especially with everybody wanting to do this new mosh pit thing. It's not new in quote unquote secular. Like Jeremiah, I don't really like using that, but it's not new at a regular concert. But they're starting to do it at Christian concerts a lot as far as, mosh pit style things. Difference is if you're at a Christian concert, you're not going to hear reports of saying, I felt like I was in hell, So, and people are more, I would think, more acceptable of wanting to help someone who falls down. You know what I mean? And pick them up and make sure they tend to them, as opposed of what was going on at the Travis Scott thing. Is he liable? Possibility, but I would think it would fall on the promoters because the fire chiefs or whoever, they could have shut that down. But money talks. See, that's the part they want to make. They're trying to find a fall guy. Drake is the next big name. So what do you do when you want controversy? You draw big names. Drake was just on the ticket. So I don't know what the issue is with Drake as far as what the lawsuit would be. But the fire chief, if he wanted to, could have shut all of that down if it was in any type of fire code violations. We all know that.
Well, it's outside, so I don't think that would have been an issue. But here's another report, is that another reason Drake and them are getting heat is that apparently Drake spent about $1 million at a strip club right after this happened. Now, it was determined to be an issue right after the concert, and people were dead and people were injured. So did they not know? Did they not care? I think that's also factoring into this.
Don't put that on there.
Nah.
I don't think he knew, bro.
You think that you leave a concert and it's all over the news and everybody's going out?
No, but what
I'm
I'm saying,
tweeting about it. He doesn't know about it?
No, I don't think he knew, bro. I wouldn't put that on nobody like that. Like I think what happened was, because first off, like I said, he's a guest. So if I bring you out on a song, and
they were both there, by the way. They were both there.
No, I know that. But what I'm saying is, if I bring you out on a song, because that's what I think Travis Scott did. They probably came out to do Sycamore. He did a song, or he did like a medley of songs, and then left. So I'm not saying like, you know what I mean? If somebody probably told him like, hey man, some people got hurt at the concert. I think when somebody tell you, yo, somebody got hurt, you're gonna be like, dang, that's messed up. Versus, yo man, some people died. I think that's a difference. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think they were saying. And we're going to take what he said. I don't know if he telling the truth or not, but he said he didn't know none of that happened. You know what I'm saying? He didn't know until like the next day. So, and if he went to the strip club that night, then he wouldn't have known. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't want to put that on nobody if I, you know what I'm saying? I just don't lie on me if I didn't know. You know what I'm saying? So.
I don't know, man. I don't know about that part. I know, just being on a stage, it's hard to determine what's going on. At some point, bright lights in your face, people look like ants. You got in-ears in, so you can't hear nothing but the music and the backtrack, and then the clicks telling you people talking in your ear and stuff. It's a lot going on stage. And then I really feel bad for the cameraman. That was the two people. I feel bad for both of them. But there were people pleading with him, hey, please help. He got these huge headphones on, probably getting instructions from a stage manager, and he got people bothering him that he don't know what they're talking about because he probably can't hear them. But he's getting killed online right now, saying that he should be arrested, blah, blah, blah. Mm-hmm. I don't think y'all understand what goes into the production side of stuff. They're making it into a capitalism issue, like, oh, he chose his job over helping them. I doubt he heard anything they said, so leave him alone. This is not his fault. Right. The cameraman.
I agree.
Nothing to do with it. Where it does come in is maybe the stage manager. If you see somebody hopping on stage and they look exasperated, you may want to find out what's going on. And I'm pretty sure for the next year or two, people are going to be way more sensitive to this and they're going to pay more attention. My fear is when this is not a story anymore and it goes back to normal. What my first reaction to this, and people comparing this to would this happen at a Christian concert, is I think the core reason why we do this, right? It's this idea that there's this worship of these guys, man. It's this idolization of celebrities where I pray that none of the artists are accepting that level of praise from fans. If you see that, you need to cut that off immediately. Again, this is not supposed to be about you. So I don't think Travis believes that. I think Travis believes it is about him. So when he's standing up on a crane and he's accepting all this praise and people jumping and doing all that stuff, that's feeding his ego. That's the part that the reason I do this is to say, hey guys, they don't deserve that. They don't deserve that. That's God's praise you're giving them. That's not for him. You know what I mean? And I think some of that plays into the desire to be closer, that desire to do whatever he says. That's what scares me the most in these situations. And that's what I pray people. And I think a lot of people have wised up to, why are we worshiping these guys? Like, it's not worth it. Not to die. You're going to die over this, man. So I hope people are learning that lesson, is that praise is reserved for God alone. Like, it's not made for Travis Scott. It's not. Don't waste your life on that, giving their praise to a man like that. That's not worth it.
Absolutely.
I mean, that's real. That's real. And I also think that I feel like this is like kind of what I said earlier. I feel like it's almost kind of like a pre-post type of thing, where it's like pre-Travis Scott Astroworld. I think people are now, artists are going to start thinking like that, like because now it's not just if people getting hurt, it's financial. So when your pockets start getting tapped, that's something different for somebody. Like if you're making some money and people come to see you, and something happened and they sue you, now you're thinking like, okay, if something go down, I'm stopping everything. Like I said, I heard something this week about Cat Williams at a comedy show. Something happened, he stopped it and made sure that person was all right. I saw something with Tiana Taylor on, I guess, the Shade Room, and she stopped her show. You know what I'm saying? These people, I think part of them care. Like, yeah, I care about your well-being, but then also one part, like, I ain't trying to lose no money over nothing. We stopping this whole thing. Yeah, you know what I mean? Because that's their perspective. Their perspective is at their bottom line.
But until when? Right. Like until it stops being a story, right?
No, I think this is the new thing now. I think this is almost that's the wrong thing to say. I'm glad I quote myself. Thank you, Holy Spirit. I just think there's a pre-Travis concert experience, and there's going to be a post-Travis concert. I think now these entertainers are like, we're in a post-Travis concert experience.
I can't imagine any Travis concert experience for quite a while. Like, how is he ever going to do one of these again?
No, I'm talking about artists in general.
I'm talking about Travis. I'm talking about Travis. How in the world is he ever going to do a concert ever again? How? When?
When he wants some more money, he gonna do it.
Yeah. I can't imagine when that could ever, like, how in the world is that ever gonna happen again?
Yeah. I think he can.
I slow down. I would probably stop.
I think he can. I think about in a year or two he'll be back on the stage.
A year or two? He was doing these concerts probably because he needed money now. Like,
right.
This is like bad.
Yeah. Somebody say he made like $5 million off of this.
Right, but see, we can't think about
money back though.
We trying to think about we trying to think about this from the Christian mindset.
Yeah.
You know, are we believing that Travis Scott is a believer? So if he's not a believer, then his mind gonna be like, yo, I'm trying to get the money. Understand, he may be a human. He'd be like, I don't want nobody to get hurt. But at the same time, he's in business to be a businessman, to make money. So he gonna do another concert. You know what I'm saying? In our mind, we would pull back.
Not even as a Christian. I'm just talking about just a PR nightmare. Like, can you imagine him saying, okay, Astroworld, such and such a date? What? People are going to
you got to change the name.
Yeah, the name
is change the name of it first.
But the Astroworld has meaning to him. Like, there's a reason why he called it Astroworld. Yeah. That's something that's specific to Texas. So,
yeah,
I don't think you could do that. I can't imagine a day where there's an announcement of another concert, how the media is going to swarm that. I'm talking about big media. That's going to be hard for him to pull off.
Only thing that has to happen is some other big drama. When another big drama happens, all the attention will go to that. You know what I'm saying? Just like whatever going on in NBA, somebody get in trouble, everybody looked at that and be like, okay, now let me slide back in with my
You're
concerts.
absolutely right. That's
what's gonna happen.
He could do a concert next week. This will be done.
Yep.
All he needs to do is do a Christian rap album, and he'd be good.
Oh, you're right. You're right. That works.
Then he would be considered the GOAT.
But this
Like you know how that.
He's the best in CHA.
this is
Hey, is he the GOAT already? He just did one album.
And you know what else he got to do if he do a Christian rap album? He got to go get the dogs in the community. If he get the people in our community, then that's even more of a rap.
Well, here's the deal. This is what he's going to have to do. I think he knows this. He's going to have to completely change his attitude. His theme has been, I want to make this like a rock concert, mosh pit, crowd surfing, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
He's going to have to be completely against all that stuff now. It's going to have to be a totally different environment as it shows from now.
But he feeds off that energy. And I think I think that's what when you talked about earlier about giving people praise, I feel like these artists, the praise that they give these artists is the energy that they want. Because I remember one time I was watching something, I think it was the Super Bowl, and Beyonce was on it, and she was like, give me your energy. And it's like, that's what they're getting, these celebrities in general, is when you praise them, it's like we're giving them the energy, just like as we would give energy to God when you worship and you praise and you shout and all that, and God is receiving that praise. They're receiving that praise, but it's energy to them. And they feed off of it, you know what I'm saying, for their likes and for their approval, you know what I'm saying? Because some of these people, without their celebrity, they feel like nobodies, you know what I mean?
Yeah. If he does another concert, I think what they'll do is just put it inside the stadium, not out in the field, and have like
a cutoff.
A cutoff of how many people can go in, and he can continue doing what he's doing.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's unfortunate.
Well, praying for all the people who lost their life. Like, I can't imagine, because these were young kids, 12, 14.
Yeah.
9
and it just shows you that a lot of these artists that are making millions of dollars, they're making it off of kids.
Yeah,
absolutely.
These are kids, y'all making money off of like this. So anyway, let's get back into it. You in the field with the Trackstarz. Ryan Wright to Sean Tanner, DJ Jeremiah. Let's go.